Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee call for a criminal inquiry into the Postmaster General. New York Representative Hakeem Jeffries and California Congressman Ted Lieu called for the FBI director to open a criminal probe into Postmaster General Louis DeJoy. They claim DeJoy is slowing the mail by dismantling sorting machines to give President Trump an advantage in the November elections. The lawmakers cited the president's attack on mail-in votes, claiming it's an attempt to hobble the Postal Service as voters seek to use the service due to the pandemic. With the U.S. Postal Service in jeopardy, the House of Representatives schedules a last-minute emergency hearing. Here's more.
First, I'm demanding that the Senate hold hearings and call Mr. DeJoy and the head of the Postal Commission before them this week.
As their attempts to push for a nationwide mail-in voting system continue to falter, the Democrats begin to blame the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, for the failure. Already, the House of Representatives has confirmed it will be returning to Washington after Speaker Nancy Pelosi called for the lower chamber to reconvene early. In a statement Sunday, Pelosi said she's calling back the House later this week to, quote, save the Postal Service and vote on the Delivering for America Act. The act, introduced last week by House Committee on Oversight and Reform Chairwoman Carolyn Maloney, would prohibit the post office from lowering service standards for the remainder of the pandemic. The Postal Service lost $2.2 billion during the second quarter of the year, and as a result was forced to limit overtime hours and allow for mail delays in its processing centers. The delays have since caused concerns that the post office will not be able to process the millions of ballots Democrats expect them to receive, which would delay the results of the election. Meanwhile, following the lead of the House, Senator Chuck Schumer called on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to bring the Senate back into session.
I'm demanding that Leader McConnell go into regular session so we can have these hearings, and then Senator Johnson have the hearings, call Mr. DeJoy, call the head of the Postal Commission for them and ask them why they're doing these things and see what answers they're getting.
He said the Senate must act quickly on the House's legislation that would undo the alleged damage done to the Postal Service, and that DeJoy should be, quote, marked return to sender if he doesn't cooperate. The Senate leadership has yet to announce whether they will end their recess early, while the House will be reconvening for their hearing, which is scheduled for August 24th.